Hello, what's up, guys and gals. I want to start this video to put under the rug the fact that I criticized YouTube in any capacity and roasted the YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki for her feeble attempt at making a YouTube channel to reach out to creators by first deleting said videos and then making a new one that will confuse those who are wincing in anticipation for 2x2 at HQ. Wait, hold on, I'm mistaken. I think Susan Wojcicki herself is trying to put under the rug the fact that she did any of that shit by deleting her original kickstart for her channel, a channel that existed for 4 years before she uploaded said videos, where she has had her yes men all ready to suck her off and then proceeded to do the politician talk in regards to what she plans to do to fix YouTube, if any. But now, those videos are gone, and we have this convoluted mess of a update video to give us 5 priorities as to what Susan has planned up their sleeve. Isn't it fucking pathetic that the YouTube CEO of all people only has 34k subscribers on a video with barely 20k? Not that I can brag with like 27 subscribers, but again, I'm just some cynical YouTuber who occasionally makes videos, not someone who runs the fucking website. But let's see if this second attempt at creating your channel, technically her third attempt given she's had this since 2013, the start of YouTube according to her, will shave off any cynicism and skepticism I have about Susan being a hack of a CEO. I'm sure the massive dislike the like bar won't have any correlation to the awfulness of this video.
Hi everyone!
Hello Susan, I'm like your favorite fan, you stupid batch.
Since the beginning of this year, I've been publishing a quarterly letter, and now I'm doing a video version to accompany it.
Well, that's strange. I didn't know quarterly meant doing one video every 7 months. Hell, one video every year if we were to take a timestamp of those 2 videos you quietly axed off. I know you think everyone has forgotten since you have the memory of a fucking walnut, but oh no, they have not.
As I laid out in my first quarterly letter, my 5 priorities for 2018 are:
1. Take 9 days to get rid of a Logan Paul video of people who had committed suicide while mass flagging those talking about said video. 2. Try to make a stand against gun violence by removing videos with any semblance of a gun in it, even Nerf guns. 3. Stand in solidarity for your black peers by forcing your virtue signal onto the main platform. 4. Continue to ignore the bloated problems of YouTube and thusly double down on them. And 5. Quit as YouTube CEO. Was I wrong on those 5 priorities?
more transparency and communication.
By deleting said videos that got massively disliked and mass commented on, and continuing to automate all of your services, I'm totally buying this line.
Supporting your success.
Not sure why every other, if not every video you post is demonetized? Throw a community guidelines page at them as the solution when it might not have anything to do with it. That's supporting my success, alright.
Giving people more ways to engage.
Disabling comments, ratings, notifications, subscribers, who you're subscribed to.
Transparency and tightening our policies.
Same as number 1, but again, you have the memory of a dull fishing lure.
And learning and education.
By deleting otherwise helpful videos on gun safety, demonstration, topics about uncomfortable subjects, I'm sure you're well on your way to completing, or in this case, dismantling every single policy you hold. You are already well on your way. By the way, how's that $25 million investment going with cable TV? That totally doesn't contradict what YouTube was supposed to be or anything.
Before I give you an update on each one of them,
because surely you wouldn't be able to explain it without the rose-tinted hipster acoustics in the background to give me a false notion of optimism.
I want to say YouTube continues to grow at a healthy rate.
Healthy being losing over $1.5 billion last year in spite of it being the second most viewed website on the internet. Yeah, that's fucking healthy for ya. Surely you know what's better for me than I do, apparently.
We just reached 1.9 billion monthly logged in users. And that doesn't even include the logged out users.
Wait, so you mean to tell me that a statistic of logged in users doesn't include logged out users? Well, color me fucking surprised. Next, you're going to tell me that fucking water is wet too. Also, for all those 1.9 billion users, they can't seem to boost your crumbling necropolis of a website from faltering. Maybe, just maybe, the creators make YouTube and not you.
We also saw the number of creators earning 5 figures a year increase by 35%.
Because we only care about those who are already making money for us, and not the filthy peasants down below trying to traipse through our fetid mud hole of communication in order to even exist as an entity on YouTube, much less prosper. I'm so glad the rich keep getting richer, Susan, to know none of that will translate into proper improvements into YouTube in any meaningful light.
And the number of creators earning six figures increased by 40%.
Again, fuck you filthy proletariats at the bottom rung of YouTube. How dare you attempt to make a fucking career off of YouTube? We only care about those bloggers and post-finders that give me back alley blowjobs behind the bleachers because I'm giving them their fat, juicy paycheck.
Priority number 1, more transparency and communication.
Also, priority number 4, you useless dimwit of a CEO. Shit, with as dumb as you are, your head truly is transparent.
This year, and going forward, we have the goal of communicating more with creators.
Wasn't that your feeble attempt to do so by making a YouTube channel a year ago? How well did that sit? Oh yeah, you didn't like the comments and proceeded to erase any notion of you attempting that. How are we to believe you won't do so again if this video gets enough backlash? It makes me think you don't have the courage of your convictions to follow through with your testament.
We've made a conscious effort to respond faster and more frequently on social media.
Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes me dumber. Yeah, I doubt that. Just in the perspective of this channel of yours, you've been absent for a whole year, and granted, you are the CEO, you probably have a lot of work on your hands, but that was the reason that your whole attempt to make a channel was so stupid. To know that you don't even work on the tools you implement yourself is so catastrophically obtuse that I'm mistaking you for being Pac-Man.
We are on track to answer over 600% more tweets through our official handles than we did in 2017.
Oh, so instead of answering one tweet every year, you bumped that shit up to 6? Well, light the fireworks, it's a celebration. Also, tweets only? I wonder why that would be. Oh, because you can actually snuff out certain tweets that might be a bit too critical of your professionalism as compared to YouTube, but certainly you wouldn't be so dishonest as to do that. You wouldn't, I don't know, delete 2 videos off your channel and treat them as though they didn't even exist now, would you?
And in the past few months, we have reached over 30% more users.
On YouTube or on Twitter? I'm sure it's YouTube, but since you mentioned Twitter, I can't help but think you are either conflating one with the other or combining both to get this magical number.
In order to reach the largest number of creators, we're now delivering the most relevant information in YouTube Studio, because we know this is where creators go to see their video stats.
But in terms of ad revenue, filters, algorithms, demonetization, well, we're just too damn confounded by that sorcery. I also love that in order for you to boost your base, you have to add some kind of prosthetic to the main site, like with YouTube Red and TV, rather than making vanilla YouTube actually approachable for new content creators, you narc.
The new dashboard delivers key information updates along with performance about your latest videos in one easy-to-find place.
I'm sorry, your video has violated the community guidelines and will be demonetized. What part of the video violated the community guidelines, and what parts of the video we will demonetize are up to your own fucking imagination. Figure it out yourself, kiddo! It's not like we have to specify what is getting your video to lose its initial luster as soon as you upload it. That's for you to do, because nothing says key information like walking on eggshells.
Priority number 2, supporting your success.
I can't wait to finally bump those 2 Buffalo Nickels, 1 I scrape on YouTube to 3. And with Susan to help, no less.
This year at VidCon, we shared some exciting new products designed to grow and strengthen your communities and give you more ways to earn revenue in addition to ads, including...
Because when your Frankenstein monster is buried alive to even walk straight, just stitch more dead body parts to it. But maybe I'm jumping the gun too quick. Maybe, just maybe, Susan can actually have a eureka moment, assuming that Haley's comet is flying overhead just now.
Channel memberships, so that viewers can pay a monthly recurring fee of $4.99.
What? Are you fucking dense, Susan? Isn't that what fucking YouTube Red is? So you're basically going to turn YouTube into YouTube Red. Wow, how fucking ingenious. Seeing that literally no one uses YouTube Red, I'm sure that's going to fucking work. Also, sort of a ripoff of Twitch's subscribe feature too, so I see that YouTube is writing off trends rather than making them again.
To receive unique badges, new emojis, member-only posts, and other perks.
So, Twitch too, basically. New emojis, badges, moderator posts. YouTube literally ripped off all the features of Twitch. Shit, Twitch should sue. I would love to see YouTube's stock drop because of that scandal.
And merch. We've also joined forces with Teespring, so creators can choose from over 20 merchandise items to customize and sell via a shelf on their channel.
As opposed to simply having a link in the description for those who are interested. Wow, Susan, are you like the Thomas Edison of our age or something? You should seriously patent these projects to the board. Oh wait, that's right, you are the board, you fucking sentient dunce cap.
We've also been working hard on brand safety and making a lot of progress bringing advertisers back to YouTube.
After you, so to speak, purged YouTube of the vile, hate-mongering scum, which was basically everyone on all ideological sides, because making an algorithm that tracks for indiscriminate hate speech often does that, you fucking retard. But hey, I'm glad you got Coca-Cola and Pepsi to broadcast on your channel when they were perfectly fine playing ads in the Las Vegas shooting as it was happening. Nope, no double standard here from the advertisers, I'm sure.
I've met with the biggest brands in the world.
And believe me, I know brands, and they're the biggest, I tell you. We're gonna build a beautiful yellow demonetization wall and have the creators pay for it. We're gonna make YouTube great again.
To share your incredible stories.
Mr. Big Name Brand, my older brother's channel lost a lot of money because of your contradictory standards for what constitutes hateful content being profited by your ads. Do you think that was a bit rude?
No, little Billy. See, we were only upset that we couldn't make enough money off said hateful content. Not that it was hateful content. That's why we can slander big channels like PewDiePie while also having Pepsi ads run while Stephen Paddock was counting bodies. Pewd simply doesn't have the financial punch for us to market off his, so to speak, Nazi tendencies. That's all. So if you want to succeed in life, just have enough pockets in your back and you can be as vile as you please. It worked for Melissa McCarthy, so why not you?
And we are seeing a lot of positive results.
I like that as she says this, the little graphic has this yellow exclamation point blaring out, contrasting her insincere tone of, everything's fine. It's like some kind of reverse propaganda pumped out by Big Brother, trying to ensure us that yes, freedom is slavery and war is peace. Keep your head down and don't think too hard about the multitudinous problems with YouTube.
Priority number 3, giving people more ways to engage.
Rough translation, if we piggyback off another streaming service's tools, maybe that'll make people love us again.
We're excited about building communities with YouTube, and we're seeing great engagement.
As long as said engagement is a one-side street, and we don't have to convene with alt-right Nazi conspiracy theorists and just silence their dissent wholesale.
Overall, engagement such as likes, comments, chats on YouTube grew by more than 60% in the last year.
You do know that simply more mouths talking doesn't count as better engagement with the community, right? Yeah, amplify that white noise of the same vlogger talking their empty assembly line opinion and not wholesome people who may have some disagreeable things, because God forbid we have that at all.
We're working to help you engage with your community more with improvements to our community features.
Please, tell me these are actual fucking improvements instead of trying to force people to use Google Plus to even have any kind of communication.
Community lets you move beyond video to GIFs, pics, polls, text.
Whoa, hold on. GIFs and pics? Not just pics? Wow, I'm so amazed that the second biggest website on the internet just discovered what the fuck a pic is. Meanwhile, a literal porn site has a section for GIFs and pics. Holy fucking shit, Susan. You really are the dullest tool in the shed.
These community posts now run across YouTube, not just on the community tab.
A nice way of saying, good luck trying to avoid this shit, motherfucker.
And every day, we have over 60 million users click in and engage with community posts.
Caveman no understand pic on site. Caveman very upset. Caveman destroy YouTube website.
We're also seeing tremendous live engagement, with a 10x increase in the watch time of live over the last 3 years.
Probably amplified by the fact that live chat replay is now available, which I will say is a nifty way to see the community engagement after it's already happened. But how exactly that translates into better engagement when people are still denied certain notifications by their subscribed channels is beyond me.
We also launched premieres to allow creators to debut pre-recorded videos as a live moment on YouTube.
So if you happen to have every video get instantly demonetized, use this bandage to cover up the bullet wound. Or, better yet, if you've been denied privilege of streaming on YouTube, use this bandage to cover up the bullet wound. Weird that I keep saying that about YouTube. It's almost like there's a pattern or something.
And we're also working to expand Stories, a simple way of posting videos without editing or post-production.
Or, if you aren't a fucking gimmick freak, just post the video with your laptop webcam completely unedited like most teenage creators have done since fucking 2009, instead of adopting another pointless feature. Again, for you supposedly being on YouTube since the very beginning, have very little knowledge of it. Maybe, instead of just packing more and more useless bullshit to either distract us from the bad implementations you've been making, or to compensate for them, actually undo the damage from said bad implements and stop giving us more shiny shit to stare at. But I guess, like crows, we dive towards anything glittering.
Priority number 4, tightening and enforcing our policies.
Wait, wasn't Policy 4 a redundant statement in regards to Policy 1? Did Susan seriously confuse tightening with transparency, or did she forget enforcing and went with transparency? And you have a fucking script for this, Susan! You are making T. Miller's poem sound intelligent!
We recently announced our new copyright match tool, which is designed to find copies of your content when it's been uploaded by other channels.
Which I'm sure could not be abused or misconstrued with people taking clips out of said videos to respond to them, like I'm doing just now. Fuck, Susan. And to think that just now you thought, maybe it would be a swell idea to at least elucidate to people what part of the fucking video got copyrighted when that trash barge has sailed off your dock since 2011. Now you've given potential flaggers another opportunity to exploit your broken-ass website.
This is a great complement to the range of copyright tools we provide, and it will help more creators guard their hard-earned creative.
Creative works? You do understand that was a fragmented sentence. Don't you have a fucking English degree, Susan? Also, no, it won't. In the context of Monday Matt secretly flagging every video even remotely critical of him, it will ennoble him to continue because now YouTube will help him conveniently search for his detractors to flag en masse rather than manually search them himself. Other than the fact that this system, if implemented, will be able to let others know who is doing it, this will still so fundamentally backward of an approach.
Priority number 5, learning and education.
Dot your T's and cross your I's, as Susan goes. Forget words, punctuation, or how to finish a sentence. It's a key learning experience here at YouTube, and experience the number of ways you can get fucked in 9 ways a Sunday by flaggers, copyright bots, the convoluted algorithm, and YouTube's guilty before proven innocent method of strikes.
I'm thrilled to announce a new initiative called YouTube Learning.
And when you say thrilled, you mean you were compelled to because you'd rather look like you are trying to fix things rather than sit on your hands, woefully inept to solve any of the problems, by once again duct taping a falling skyscraper on faith alone.
We're investing to support education-focused creators and expert organizations that foster high-quality learning content.
That might sound good and all, but who's determining what is high quality and education focused? I want to consider teaching men rape culture to be education focused, yet I'm almost certain that you would consider it so. Also, why do I get the sneaking suspicion that YouTube is subtly trying to tell you what you should think and believe, when YouTube's prerogative was always about gaining perspectives outside of the mainstream? Even if you don't agree with the Alex Jones or the Mark Dice, hell, the Justin Rileys and Christy Winters of the world, surely I prefer their perspectives heard because it's not coming from a suit and tie. It might come from ideology maybe, but I don't want YouTube to be the fucking arbiter of what I should consider education. Leave that to me.
We do over 1 billion views a day of learning content on YouTube.
Again, what you can learn from YouTube can also be completely pointless, like how to speedrun in Doom 2016, for example, or the top 10 whatevers that Watch Mojo post at an hourly rate. Why is YouTube trying to dictate to us what is quality learning content? And wouldn't the pseudo-intellectuals get a boost out of this by pretending to educate you about something until it doesn't hold under scrutiny? It just seems like a deceitful way for YouTube to crack down on otherwise discerning viewpoints under the guise of holding a standard of higher learning.
Every day I hear stories of what people around the globe learned on YouTube, and these stories never cease to amaze me.
Yes, YouTube is a great place to get some nuanced perspectives you might have not considered. But why do you think that making a rule book on who is the true intellect the right way to go about things? That is only going to shut down the conversation in favor of fart sniffers who are way too pompous to even consider a different idea. I mean, that was the biggest contention with the adpocalypse, that people were afraid that this was YouTube's way of shutting down conservative viewpoints, although they were frankly shutting down liberal viewpoints too, by first demotivating them through such convoluted means. I don't trust YouTube to be a fair and blind party on deciding what is or isn't intellectual. When Susan and Google have their ideology worn on their sleeve, it's up to the individual to consider what is valuable to them, and whether you think it is or isn't, it's not your discretion to take away what they deem valuable.
So thank you for everything you do to make YouTube an incredible place for diverse voices and ideas.
Well, she said it. And while I might be inclined to agree that this is a great place to get all walks of life talking on an equal footing, I don't believe that Susan means what she says. If she couldn't take the heat from her first 2 videos she made, what with the state of YouTube as it was, and attempted to talk around the problem, I don't believe in her sincerity in liking YouTube to a sort of town square. If she were honest with her convictions, she would have kept those videos up in spite of her critics and in spite of her huge gap of uploads when she insisted upon doing a bi-weekly talk to the critics as well as addressing comments. In fact, I'm not going to allow her to escape to the fact that she did that to begin with. I downloaded those 2 videos when I did my first response to her second video, and I intend to make sure those videos are there for everyone to know what Susan was running away from. If she truly is a person who's an advocate for diverse ideas, she wouldn't dare touch those videos, or this one for that matter, because those are her words coming from her mouth. So I'm willing to get the downvotes for uploading those videos. I'm willing to get community strikes for archiving someone else's deleted video. I'm willing to actually lose my channel for good if it means proving everything I've said about Susan Wojcicki and YouTube right. That they don't care about free speech, that they are interested in controversial opinions and differing dialogue, and that they are too cowardly to admit to themselves what a farcical it was for them to make them in the first place. I have plenty of older videos on my YouTube channel that I regret making now, but I don't delete them, because I understand that they meant something to me at one point, and that doing so would only incriminate me as someone who isn't willing to face my own personal demons when they're biting me back in the ass. So there you go, Susan. Here's your opportunity to finally prove me wrong, or to further vindicate what everyone else knows about you as the CEO of YouTube, and what everyone else has been saying about YouTube. I want you to prove me wrong, Susan. I want you to make what you say actually mean something for fucking once. Because more than likely, those videos will be gone, and this video that I'm responding to will be gone, and this video will be gone, and you, Susan, will continue running away from yourself with a statement affixed to your forehead. Let's pretend that I didn't make videos.